Lo. By Charles Hoyfort, Part 1 Chapter 17J. Our data are upon events that have astonished horses and tickled springboks. They have shocked policemen. I have notes upon an outbreak of 10 wild men, who appeared in different parts of England, in that period of extraordinary phenomena, the winter of 1904-05. One of them, of origin that could not be found out, appeared in the street in Cheadle. He was naked. An indignant policeman, trying to hang his overcoat about the man, tried to reason with him, but had the same old trouble that Euclid and Newton and Darwin had, and that everybody else has, when trying to be rational, or when trying, in the inorganic, or scientific, way, to find a base to argue upon. I suppose the argument was something like this. Wasn't he ashamed of himself? Not at all. Some persons might have reasons for being ashamed of themselves, but he had no reason for being ashamed of himself. What's wrong with nakedness? Don't cats and horses and dogs go around without clothes on? But they are clothed with natural, furry protections. Well, Mexican dogs, then. Let somebody else try, somebody who thinks that, as products of logic, the teachings of astronomy, biology, geology, or anything else are pretty nearly final, though with debatable minor points. To be sure, try this simple little problem to start with. Why shouldn't a man walk around naked? One is driven to argue upon the basis of conventionality. But we are living in an existence, which itself may be base, but in which there are not bases. Argue upon the basis of conventionality, and one is open to well-known counter-arguments. What is all progress but defiance of conventionality? The policeman, in Euclid's state of desperation, took it as self-evident distrustfulness. Euclid put theorems in bags. He solved problems by encompassing some circumstances in an exclusion of whatever interfered with a solution. The policeman of Cheadle adopted the classical method. He dumped the wild man into a sack, which he dragged to the station house. Another of these 10 wild men spoke in a language that nobody had ever heard of before, and carried a book in which were writings that could not be identified, at Scotland Yard. Like a traveller from far away, he had made sketches of things that he had seen along the roads. At Scotland Yard, it was said of the writings, "They are not French, German, Dutch, Italian, Spanish, Hungarian, Turkish. Neither are they Bohemian, Greek, Portuguese, Arabic, Persian, Hebrew, nor Russian." See London newspapers, and the East Anglian Daily Times, January 12, 1905.